archery and pay tribute to those we lost with a moment of silence. Thank you. Now to present the colors of America are members of the Metro Nashville Police Drill and Ceremony Team, along with the Nashville Fire Department Honor Guard. Please rise, remove your caps, and join platinum-selling recording artist Billy Ray Cyrus in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, it's NFL kickoff weekend here in Nashville, and we are back to football. Dick Stockton along with Chris Spielman and Christina Pink. Beautiful day, temperatures in the 80s. It's a humid afternoon as well. Blair Walsh will be kicking off for the Vikings as the Titans have won the toss and will receive Mark Mariani, who was let go by the Bears, and rejoining the Titans was a Pro Bowl kick returner in his rookie year and is a pretty good threat. And now, you know, with the touchback rule coming out to the 25, interesting to see how the teams will play it.
With Blair Walsh, you boom it through.
And this will be returnable, and Mariani on the run on the 9-yard line. And Mariani will bring it past the 25 and close to the 30-yard line. So the Titans with good field position right there. Marcus Mariota was the second pick in the draft. Last year had 19 touchdown passes, a franchise rookie record, plus other Titan records as well. And he can beat you with his feet as well.
Yeah, and one thing Marcus needs to improve on, and we'll see as this game moves forward, is ball security. 10 interceptions, and he put the ball on the deck 6 times.
Titans will start on the 29. And they're going to go to DeMarco Murray, and Murray brings it out with a nice gain out to the 35-yard line. So as you mentioned at the outset, Chris, a lot of changes. 3 of the top 4 rushers not back, and new receivers as well for this team as you look at the offensive line.
Yeah, I like Chance Warmack. He's a guy that can move people and get to the second level. Also, Delaney Walker in third down situations. He's the go-to guy with 94 receptions last year. Outstanding receiver.
But you're right, the offensive line changes, as you mentioned. 3 former number 1 picks up front. 2nd down and 4. Derrick Henry in the backfield gets his first NFL carry and will be shy of the first down by 1.5 yards, tackled by Emerson Griffin, the right defensive end. So a great 1-2 punch with Murray and Henry as the season goes on.
Well, 3rd and 1, this is a difficult dilemma for the Vikings defense, because on pass defense you have to play man-to-man. The problem is Marcus Mariota is so good at taking a throwing lane and turning it into a running lane, you're vulnerable. So the Vikings must be disciplined in their pass rush lanes.
And they've got Murray in there now, back in the game. 4 wide receivers for Tennessee. And we're going to keep it. You're right, Mariota running, gets the first down as he gets past the 40-yard line. As you pointed out, you got to keep an eye on number 8. And Mariota with 3 yards, first down Titans.
Well, Chip Kelly would be proud of this because he ran this play at Oregon, and it's a run-pass option with Mariota. And he trusts his speed more than anything else, Dick. You can see right here, Mariota's going to fake the handoff. This is zone read. He's got the flare-out pass if he wants it. The Vikings cover that man-to-man. Their backs are turned. First down with the feet.
And a first down at the 41. Looked like pressure from the right side. Mariota getting protection for the moment. Good coverage downfield, and this pass is incomplete. Intended for Tajay Sharp, the rookie from the University of Massachusetts. Taking a look at the Viking defense, allowed the 5th fewest points last year, and terrific pass rush.
Yeah, outstanding, especially good inside push. Anthony Barr, you'll see him as a spy today to try to counter Mariota scrambling. Trey Wayne's getting the start for Xavier Rhodes. If I'm the Titans, I test Trey because it's different coming off the bench and playing nickel situations than being a starter and playing the whole game.
Rhodes has a knee problem. That's why he's not in there. 3 tight ends for the Titans on 2nd down and 10. And the pass up the middle, and it's caught by Sharp. 2 new wide receivers, including the 5th pick from the University of Massachusetts, gain of 12.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, right? We just said it. If I'm Mariota, I'm testing Trey Waynes because it's different. And right away, they like the matchup with Sharp against Waynes, and the rookie wins that battle against the second-year player from Michigan State.
So the second first down in this drive, opening drive for the Titans on the Viking 47. DeMarco Murray running more to his style from his Dallas Cowboy days of 2 years ago, has another first down. Chad Greenway on the tackle and another 12-yard pickup.
Now, what about the comfort level, though, Dick, of DeMarco Murray? I mean, he was running that stuff in Philadelphia with Chip Kelly. It doesn't fit. What does he like? He likes this. Put that foot in the ground and go downhill with a little bit of purpose and a little bit of passion. In fact, John Robinson told us that they didn't even look at Philly tape. When they decided to go with DeMarco Murray, they got it off Dallas.
That was a bad fit, but with Dallas the year before, when he was the Offensive Player of the Year, a great fit. So a first down now at the 35 of Minnesota. Play action, and the screen pass is batted down by Brian Robinson, the defensive end.
Well, this is how you defend screens. And Robinson is an old guy. He's been playing around, so you're not going to fool him. So what do? Well, if I'm running free and nobody's blocking me, I'm thinking screen. So instead of continuing his pass rush, number 96 is going to pull off just a little bit because he sensed the big screen and got the big pull up there for the rejection.
Dennis Kelly is an extra offensive lineman. This is the 8th play of the drive. They've run 4 times and passed 3. They're going to run again with Murray. And this time the Vikings, and if there's one thing they have to really work on is the running defense, and Robinson is there again, and a loss of 1.
It wasn't a concern for Mike Zimmer in the preseason. They gave up 5.5 a pop. And right here, again, it's Robinson working on Fowler, the fullback, number 45. Well, that's a mismatch because if you can handle a fullback on the defensive end one-on-one, you're not going to win a game or stop the run.
10th year for Robinson, and he was named the captain, replacing Teddy Bridgewater. It'll be 3rd down and 11. From the 36, pressure in on Mariota, and the pass is incomplete, and it was intended for Delaney Walker, and a flag is down, the first penalty of the game.
Yeah, Luan has his first tackle of the game on Everson Griffin. I mean, this is speed off the edge, and this causes anxiety with offensive tackles.
Holding, number 77, offense, penalties declined, 4th down.
One of those first-round picks from 2014. Penalty is declined on Taylor Lewan, so it'll be 4th down.
Again, you see right there, Lewan has got the hand inside on the number 7 of Everson Griffin, but that's just his speed. And I tell guys all the time, Rick, that preseason speed is a lot slower than regular season speed, and the players will naturally adjust.
Marcus Sherrill's a threat, is back for the Vikings, and Brett Kern will be punting in Minnesota territory. And a good punt for him as it bounces on the 5, and the Titans unable to keep it in play. It just took a bad bounce for Tennessee. And so Kevin Byard couldn't keep it in play. Minnesota goes on attack. Vikings going on offense for the first time, and Sean Hill, 36 years old, a journeyman, and 16 and 18 record as a starter. That is Sam Bradford. And he could play today. He said, I'm as ready as I'm going to be. And Hill, who has started 8 games in the last 5 years, and Norv Turner has tremendous amount of confidence in him. Norv, the offensive coordinator for Minnesota. And by the way, 16 and 18, not a bad record as a starter for a backup.
No, not bad. But the thing about Sean Hill, and we talked to him yesterday, and I was surprised, but I liked it. You know, he had that chip on his shoulder.
Yes, he did.
Because he volunteered to us. Hey, man, the game isn't too big for me. I said, I get it, Sean. You've been around 15 years. I don't think you're going to panic when you get your shot.
He said, if I listened to what people had said about me, I never would have shown up at the Combine years ago. This is his 15th year.
Well, here's the thing, and we talked about this in the open. Look, he doesn't have to be great. You can be good. You can be average. Here's the thing. Don't turn the ball over. First and foremost, then when you have AP 28 in the backfield, you know he's going to get a lot of looks. And plus, keep your eye on when he gets in the game, Derrick McKinnon, who's an outstanding runner of the football himself.
Well, when you have Adrian Peterson, takes a big burden off of your back. Peterson, nothing doing, gets about a yard or so. Take a look at the Minnesota Vikings offensive group. And that line, and they got Alex Boone and Andre Smith, 3 agent pickups.
Yeah, then also Stephon Diggs, a 5th-round pick out of Maryland last year, had a great rookie year.
And the quick out to Charles Johnson. Johnson was shaken up during the week, makes the catch, and McCourty is there for a short gain. Under 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Take a look at the Tennessee defense, and Dick LeBeau is running this show. It's age 79.
And that's the weakness of the Tennessee defense, or at least the question mark coming in is the secondary.
And let's see if the Vikings can take care of that and take advantage. Matt Asiata into the game as a 3rd down back. 3rd down and 4, and this pass is incomplete, intended for Stephon Diggs, who led the Vikings in receiving last year. And so it's 3 and out for Sean Hill and the Vikings.
First of all, I thought he missed his receiver. He had Rudolph sitting and coming across at the sticks. But here comes the pressure by Tennessee. And it's a man blitz. I mean, you have a Rackbook coming. You have Williamson coming. You have the whole group coming of that front 4. Then they pressure. And right there was Rudolph wide open. Dick for that 1st down.
Mariani from the 23. And the Titans will start beyond the 35-yard line. Adam Thielen making the special teams tackle. No score after the 51-yard kick. 9:09 remaining in the first.
This game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light. Beer with your team on it.
Back here at Nissan Stadium, Marcus Mariota. His first game as a rookie through 4 touchdown passes. Picked right after Jameis Winston of Tampa Bay. First down at the 37. DeMarco Murray off the left side. And picks up 3 yards on the play.
So when you play a running team, Dick, as a defense, what's your counter? On 1st and 10, watch this young man, Harrison Smith, come up here and be the 8th man in the box. When you're able to do that, now you have a gap for a gap and a hat on a hat, and you're able to defend and run, and you're not a man short. Everybody has their gap by bringing Harrison Smith up into that box.
Chris, what do you do when you have Murray and Henry in the game as they do now?
Not so much who's in the game, it's about formations.
Here's play action. Mariota goes short, and the pass is caught by Henry. Henry's got speed and power, showing it there, breaking a couple of tackles. And the Heisman Trophy winner from Alabama with a big gain. Trey Waynes making the stop, and a gain of 29.
Well, it's rare that two coaches and staffs agree on something and two general managers. Everybody's surprised at the quick feet and athleticism of Derrick Henry. And right there, it's on full display. He's getting away from Chad Greenway right there, the ability to cut and make people miss in the open field. That's what sets NFL backs apart from other guys.
First down on the 30-yard line for the Titans. And now just Murray in the lineup. A couple of tight ends, and they go with Murray up the middle. And DeMarco Murray picking up 5 yards to the 25. And for a game break, let's check in with Carissa Thompson. Hi, Carissa.
Hi, Dick. Here we go. Cleveland at Philly. You guys have Sam Bradford from Minnesota. That's why Carson Wentz got the start. 19-yard touchdown pass to Jordan Matthews, his first career one. Eagles up 7-0. Dick, Chris, and Christina.
Trade that really helped both teams because the Eagles got back that number 1 that they lost in getting Wentz. And, of course, the Vikings needed a start quarterback. Play action, Mariota looking for a receiver. And this pass is going to be caught. And a great catch made by Rishard Matthews, the former Dolphin. And it'll be good for another first down for the Tennessee Titans.
Well, everything is set up off of play action because they have established the run. What they're able to do now is to get people to get sucked up inside, which you should never do because you can hear play action. But anyway, good throw on the run, but Rishard Matthews, being a crafty veteran, working back to the football, away from the defender to present himself as an open target.
Picked up 11 yards, first down at the 14. Titan offense playing fast and sharp right now. They fake a pass, and here it is. Maybe another Oregon Duck play, and Mariota carries it inside the 10-yard line, where Eric Kendricks, the middle linebacker, making the tackle.
So, you know, I've been around football a lot of years. I've never seen like a quarterback solo Statue of Liberty. That's exactly what that was.
Held that arm up.
Yeah, held that arm up, and it was a design sweep. But again, if you have that weapon and that talent, then Mike Mularkey, you have to design, and Terry Robisky, the offensive coordinator, you have to design plays to utilize that talent.
Looks like they're doing just that. Tajay Sharp goes wide to the right. It'll be second down and 4. 3 tight ends in the game for the Titans. Here's Murray off the left side, and a great tackle made by Eric Kendricks. First rookie to lead the Vikings in tackles in his first year since their existence that started in '61. Terrific player and a terrific play and a loss of 2.
So when I did college football, Eric Kendricks was the best middle linebacker that I watched. Why? Because he has instincts. Right there, he sees the hole and explodes to it because Supernall, number 89, was on the double team a little too long. He did not come off his block to pick him up, which gave him a free run to the ball carrier.
So it'll be third down and 6. Can the Vikings hold the Titans here and limit them to a field goal try? Stepping up, passing, incomplete, and double coverage against Delaney Walker, that terrific tight end, and that will bring up fourth down.
That's why we circled him, because he's a weapon in the red zone. Not only do I know that, because everybody watches film. First and foremost priority in pass defense in the red zone is you take 82 out of the game. The Vikings did that by bracketing him.
Boy, they were on him in a jiff. So Ryan Suckup will come in and try a field goal. 28-yard try to give the Titans the lead. And the kick is good. And the Titans on their second possession, starting from the 37, get 3 out of it. 3-0 Titans.
This game on Fox is sponsored by the Lincoln Motor Company and the exhilarating new Lincoln MKZ. By Corona Extra, who invite you to find your beach. And by Lowe's.
Titans lead on Suckup's field goal. But the big play was the 29-yard pass and run by rookie Derrick Henry.
Yeah, you know, the cool thing about that, if you're a Titans fan and you see a young man make a play, that play was shot, but he made 5 people miss. And when you're 253 pounds, you can make people miss, you know what they call that? Dangerous. And a weapon.
This is a weapon who's dangerous, Cordaro Patterson. And he's in the end zone, and we'll see how the Titans play it. They kick it all the way through, and And it looked like that's exactly what they wanted to do. And the Vikings will take it out on the 25-yard line.
That's a smart play. You want to keep the ball out of his hands. And as this game moves forward, Minnesota at least reportedly said they want to try to get Cordero at least 7 to 10 touches a game because he's so explosive.
And so if the kick is deep in the end zone, 8 yards, he could run it out.
He's got to bring it out. If I'm coaching the special teams, bring it out because he has a chance to go the distance. Plus, he has 2 career touchdowns on bringing back kicks for 109 yards.
Second series on offense for the Vikings, who are 3 and out their first time. Starting from the 25. Sean Hill completes the pass up the middle, and Diggs gets away and picks up 9 yards. Time for another game break. Here's Carissa Thompson.
Thanks, Dick. Green Bay at Jacksonville. Vikings fans are used to this one. Aaron Rodgers scoring, but this time he does it himself. A 6-yard run that matches his 2015 total from last year. Packers up 7-0. Dick, it's all yours.
Although the Packers did not win the division, the Vikings were the NFC North champions with 11-5 last year.
Aaron Rodgers is such a good runner of the football himself.
Cordero Patterson in motion on 2nd down and 2. Here's Adrian Peterson, and it's going to be close. Avery Williamson was there to make the tackle.
Hey, he missed a hole. He missed a huge hole. You're going to see it right here. Watch the hole on the backside cut. Adrian Peterson, the hole's going to be right here. Right there's the hole. Look at that giant hole. And then he ran into the bodies. Boy, if he hits that hole, Dick, he's dancing in the end zone.
How does that happen?
Just vision. I didn't think he saw it. Usually he hits that hole. He's got great vision and makes that cutback. But that's one to go to the sideline and say, hey, Adrian, you want to look at that cutback?
He did get the first down, however, for the Vikings. Play action for Sean Hill. And this pass is caught. Terrific catch by Stephon Diggs. An 11-yard gain, and he had a defender on his back.
You know, with Sean Hill, he's not going to wow you with his shotgun arm strength or all that. It's all about timing. And right here, that back foot plants, he's throwing to a spot and throwing Diggs open, trusting that his man will go up and make a catch. He throws it right in between the linebacker and corner. Well done.
Parrish Cox was the defender. Second leading receiver last year, top wide receiver. First down, and here is Adrian Peterson with a head of steam, and Peterson picking up 7 yards. They're in Titan territory, gain of 7. Well, college football coverage continues Saturday when Iowa State takes on 15th-ranked TCU at noon Eastern on FS1. And then on Fox, number 4 Ohio State faces 14th-ranked Oklahoma in the showdown at 7 p.m. Eastern. Who do you like in that Ohio State game?
We'll see. I tell you, I know Oklahoma needs it to get back in the playoff hunt talk.
But Urban Meyer doesn't need it. Right? 2nd and 3. Peterson trying to spin away. He'll be stopped short, a couple of yards from first down yardage by Derrick Morgan, number 91.
Eyes aren't scanning a lot. That tells me he's running the football. That's just a hint that linebackers use as a tool. If you see a running back and his eyes are looking all over the place, he's doing that to check out where his pass protection will be. That's just a little hint that some linebackers use as a tool.
Little nuances that pay off. 3rd down and 2. Hill getting pressure, completes the pass for the first down to Kyle Rudolph. Gets a few extra yards in the process, and the Vikings now on the Titans' 35-yard line, picking up 10 yards and another first down for Minnesota.
Yeah, and for the Viking passing game to excel, Rudolph has to excel, because when you have a productive tight end, that accounts for linebackers and safeties, and that puts corners out on the out on an island, leaving wide receivers to work one-on-one. It's a benefit to have a tight end that's a threat.
Ask the Patriots.
A couple of them.
First down, under a minute to go in the first half, and that pass nearly intercepted by Sean Spence, intended for the tight end Rudolph once again. And good pressure by Jarrell Casey. You're going to be hearing his name perhaps a lot today.
Yeah, he's a straight beast. I mean, Derrick Casey gets after it and plays with great effort. But this is a quick throw. So the quick throw, you have to be solid in your pass protection. It just beats Fusco one-on-one.
And here's Diggs on the swing pass, and Diggs will have another first down inside the 25-yard line. The clock shows 35 seconds remaining, and that was a 13-yard pickup. And Sean Hill has completed 4 of 6 for 38 yards. Now make it 5 of 7.
I like they're going tempo here, Dick. No huddle.
First down, and the longest pass thrown, and it was going to Diggs. And it looked like he had beaten the Titans secondary, but the pass overthrown. And so that with 16 seconds left in the first quarter, it'll be 2nd and 10.
So why do you go hurry up or tempo or no huddle? Well, when you got a quarterback, especially a veteran that's comfortable with the offense, it gets him into a rhythm and tempo because you're forcing the defense to play coverage.
How about Peterson here? Adrian Peterson just a yard shy of the first down. Thanks to Kevin Byard, the rookie from Middle Tennessee State. He gets 9 yards, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. The Vikings are driving, but Tennessee leads at the end of the first quarter. Titans up 3-0. Fox NFL Sunday will return after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Nick Malarkey replaced Ken Wisenhunt as the head coach. Now he's got the job full-time. The former Viking tight end played 6 years with them in the 80s.
He's a tough guy. And, you know, his team, he wants his team to reflect his toughness. That's why they've established this mentality of being physical.
Learned a lot under Chuck Noll, who won 4 Super Bowls with the Steelers. 3rd down and 1, and close. Let's see if the second effort, and it appears it's enough for Adrian Peterson. Peterson got hit right before the line. Hit by Wesley Woodyard.
And that's a beautiful thing about the guy. Never avoids contact and never stops. Now, it gets him in trouble once in a while because when he fights for those extra yards, that ball gets a little loose. But in short yardage situations, he understands the importance of ball security.
Vikings with a first down at the 12. Our 3 tight ends are lined up for the Vikings. Tight formation. And here's Peterson juking his way to no avail. He'll lose yardage, and it was Avery Williamson, who's had over 100 tackles in his first 2 years in the NFL and a loss of 3.
Just, you know, that little juke in the backfield. I think sometimes he tries to hit the home run when you can go ahead and get a single or a double. Just stick your foot in the ground and go. But it does pay off at times. So Adrian Peterson, you're the coach. Hey, Adrian, do what you got to do to get it in the end zone.
Now they go 3 wide receivers, Chris. After 3 tight ends, it'll be 2nd and 13. And the handoff, and Peterson is stopped again. Titans doing a good job on 2 straight plays, and this time it's Derrick Casey. No surprise there.
No, and the former running back, the former linebacker, Derrick Casey, is so quick off the ball. And they go 3 wide to spread everybody out. Then you have him beating Alex Boone just with speed alone. And you see how he turns that corner? Not many 300-pound defensive tackles can put that foot in the ground and cut like a running back. But since he played running back, he has that ability.
He was a 260-pound running back.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jerick McKinnon, who's a threat in his own right, has come in at running back. Going out as a pass receiver, but Hill not looking his way, getting some pressure, and a flag is down, and the pass is thrown out of bounds. Derek Morgan making it difficult for Sean Hill with his pressure.
Getting Andre Smith with a nice tackle.
Appears to be holding against the Vikings. Walt Coleman.
Andre's over there pleading his case.
Holding, number 71, offense, 10-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Smith, a free agent pickup from the Cincinnati Bengals, and that will move the Vikings back.
Well, that's a confidence in your defense. It's Andre Smith, you see right there, caught on hold. But that's confidence in your defense to get off the field because you're giving the Vikings another opportunity. That would have made it 4th down, which would be forced to kick the field goal. Now remember, you also have the threat of a defensive penalty, but you trust your defense to play clean on this valuable down.
Third down and 24. Here's McKinnon. And a good play made first by Sean Spent, and then Avery Williamson picking it up after a 6-yard gain. So the field goal team will come in. That means Blair Walsh to try to tie the game for the Vikes.
Yeah, that's a disappointment for the Minnesota Vikings in this regard. 47% in red zone touchdowns last year. That's why Blair Walsh led the NFL with 34 field goals last year. They need to improve in that area as the season goes along.
This will be a 37-yard try. And this kick is no good. Hook to the left, and Walsh, of course, with a very unfortunate miss in last year's playoff game against Seattle as the Seahawks beat the Vikings. Here, a missed field goal by Blair Walsh looking to tie the game. The Titans will have a first down on their 27, and they have both DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. Mike Zimmer didn't mince any words after that game. He said, look, it was a chip shot for Walsh on a very cold day. So Henry and Murray are both in the game, and it's going to be a keeper, and it's going to be DeMarco Murray with the carry, and he gets 3. So let's go back to last year's wild card game. Vikings trailed the Seahawks 10-9, and Teddy Bridgewater, the Vikings offense, drove down the field, missed from 27 yards out with 22 seconds left, preserving a 10-9 Seahawks win. Mike Zimmer doing a great job of having the team win the division, but a game that they obviously could have won at home to advance.
Again, anytime you have that opportunity, and we'll keep an eye, his last 2 kicks he pulled to the left. Sometimes kickers will overcompensate and maybe push one to the right on their next attempt. On 2nd down and 8, Mariota goes out in the flat to DeMarco Murray. First catch as a running back today, and the tackle by Zendejo. Mike Zimmer in his 3rd year was 7-9 in his first campaign, then 11-5. And you talk about tough, hard-nosed. Mentioned Malarkey, he's the same way. Well, and players respond. And as an NFL coach, the only thing you want to be is consistent. You can't be known as a quote-unquote players coach one day, then a hard rear end the next day. You have to be one or the other. Man-to-man defense. Now, this is a matchup that Tennessee might like, and they could work on Trey Waynes again, which was the first time they went to him.
They go quickly out to Henry, has the first down with ease. And Harrison Smith makes the play, but not before. The Titans get another first down out to the 47. 12-yard pickup on that quick pass.
Well, it's a pick. It's a pick. And all they're going to do right here is guys are going to come inside, pick off Anthony Barr in the coverage. You can see it right here. Watch Tajay Sharp. Oh, he's coming on the blitz, but he took Trey Waynes, and you have Harrison Smith coming late where Barr has to come off that coverage, in my opinion.
First down, Henry remains in the game. Showing pressure, Henry. And Henry charges his way into Minnesota territory, picking up 5 yards. Everson Griffin undercut him to make the stop.
What a luxury to have 2 backs like that, though, Dick. You know what I mean? Just that guy, you can save DeMarco Murray, has some tread on him, 6 years in the league, and you can counter punch with Derrick Henry, and it's the same type of back. Both these guys are downhill maulers.
One thing a lot of fans don't realize is how much pass protection becomes an important part in a good running back. And we have a penalty. Full start.
Offense.
Against Taylor Lewan, the
Still
left
second
tackle
down.
for the Titans. Carissa Thompson with a game break. Carissa.
Here we go. Green Bay at Jacksonville. TJ Yeldon with a 5-yard run. That's his 3rd career touchdown. Now he's starting, you guys, because Chris Ivory was a late scratch. We're all tied up in Jacksonville.
All right, Carissa. Meanwhile, the Titans now with the 2nd and 10 at the 47. Jacksonville and Green Bay tied at 7-7. Bortles is a pretty good up-and-coming quarterback. Mariota with time, and the pass is caught a yard short of the first down. A 9-yard gain. Tajay Sharp from UMass.
Leading receiver in the country last year, Dick, and starts with protection up front, a nice pocket. That's a comfort level for Mariota on that play. When he does struggle, sometimes when he steps into that pocket, he gets a little bit nervous. and he loses sight of his technique. But that's his new favorite guy. They developed quite the chemistry in preseason. Tajay Sharp.
A rookie and the second-year quarterback. 3rd down and 1. He delayed and got it out to Henry, and Henry is going to be stopped by Trey Waynes. So Waynes, who's starting in place of the injured Xavier Rhodes, makes a terrific play on Henry and a loss of 1.
You don't need to trick him. You do not need to trick him because you've been pounding the football. I have 255 pounds of nastiness in the backfield. Give him the ball and go for the 1 yard. They're going for the big play instead. Trey Waynes, staying disciplined in his defense, comes up and makes a great open field tackle.
And a big play for a guy who just learned today he was going to be in there.
No need to trick him though, Dick. Just give it to the 250-pounder. You get it?
Brett Kern punting, and Marcus Sherrills with the fair catch on the 10. So the Vikings defense holds, and we're going to see Adrian Peterson, who's only averaged 2.3 yards. He may be ready to bust out. Small screen, stadium-size content. Watch live local Sunday games on your smartphone with NFL Mobile. Well, after going 3 and out, the Vikings didn't get any points, but held the ball for 7.5 minutes on their second possession. Starting from the 10, Sean Hill, Adrian Peterson. And he is upended. Good tackle on Peterson after a couple of yards.
Okay, Dick, it's hard to run against 9 guys because you don't have enough blockers. There's 9 guys in this picture and a little bit wider. They have everybody covered and every gap covered. So that's very difficult to run the football when you have a safety getting up to the line of scrimmage on the snap of the ball. What do? You start throwing on 1st down and you take a shot deep.
So the Titans are saying, okay, Sean Hill,
yeah,
you beat us.
Which is exactly the thing you should do, and not surprised that Dick LeBeau has that in the game plan.
2nd down and 8. Play action this time. And Sean Hill's pass and a completion and a good play by the tight end Kyle Rudolph. It'll be a 1st down out to the 28-yard line and a gain of 26 with Stafford. 16 make it with Stafford defending.
Big guys matter, huh? Look at that 6'6", going against a 6-foot safety. It's no matchup, and Kyle Rudolph, has that speed to pull away from the safety. That's a weapon.
That's how you get 9-man out of the box.
There you go. There you go.
Play action again. And Rudolph nearly made a juggling catch. He was open at the 40-yard line and would have gotten a few more. Easy 1st down. Couldn't hold on.
And that's on Rudolph. Get your head around. Ball's coming. And that could be a little bit of not having Hill get all the reps. You see his head so late that he's not expecting the ball. And the timing between Rudolph and Hill was off right there. And you can certainly see where a backup quarterback might have a little bit of a problem with the timing.
Remember, Bridgewater went down August 30th, so whether it was going to be Bradford or Hill, neither one of them taking the first-team reps for much. 2nd and 10. McKinnon going in motion one way, then the other. And here's McKinnon. Slowed up and then tackled after a couple of yards. So it was Derrick Morgan who slowed him up, and Wesley Woodyard, and a flag is down, who made the tackle.
Personal foul, grasping the face mask. Offense number 85. 15-yard penalty. Half the distance to the goal. 2nd down.
Big penalty against Rhett Ellison, the tight end.
Rhett's known as a blocker right here, and he's on that face mask, and you have to have the discipline to get off of it. Sometimes your hand slips up there. You have to get it off. He's an excellent blocker, but you have to be disciplined when you feel that steel cage. Remove your hand because it's costly. Good job by Rackford, too.
Well, now the Vikings on the 14. 2nd down and 24.
All right, so we got a screen or a draw here for your defense. That's what you're always alert to in these type of situations.
Good balance between pass and run. They got to pick up some chunks here. Sean Hill, and he completes it to Adam Thielen, his first reception of the game. And Thielen, another penalty marker down behind the line of scrimmage.
See Derrick Morgan's helmet off, another indication of undiscipline with your hands.
Illegal use of hands to the face, number 71 offense. That penalty's declined. Third down.
Andre Smith. That was on Derrick Morgan. So the Vikings with a couple of penalties on the offensive side, sending it back. It will be 3rd and 22 as they decline the penalty.
On the Vikings, I'm conservative here, Dick. I want to hit a little bit of yardage back, punt and play defense. Here comes a blitz with 2 safeties high, or they could be disguising. They like to do that.
They disguised it. And Hill's pass up the middle, and it's caught. Short of the first down, however. Adam Thielen, 1 yard short of the first down. Thielen, tackled by Rashad Johnson of the Cardinals, newcomer to this team, gets 21 of them.
Well, the only problem with this, if you're Dick LeBeau, when you have all these guys and you're disguising it, is that then you do not get enough depth in your coverage because you're too short. Then you have a hole player right there, Arakpo, number 98, that he's coming from the line of scrimmage, so he can't get back to 15 to 17 yards where that route was completed.
Johnson saved the first down with that play, and so Mark Mariani is back, and Jeff Locke will be punting for the Vikings. Fair catch called for by Mariani at the 26. Marcus Mariota, 6 of 10 for 79 yards are his numbers. It'll be coming out when we return.
Each game on Fox is sponsored by Genesis. Take a breath of fresh luxury.
And we welcome you back to Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee. A couple of penalties hurting the Vikings, who didn't have good field position to begin with on that last possession. Now a first down at the 27 for the Titans. Mariota going short, completed pass to Delaney Walker. Well, she has not been in hiding, but right now let's go to Christina Pink. Welcome, Christina.
Thank you, Dick. Well, you know who hasn't been in hiding is rookie receiver Tajay Sharp. Clearly developed chemistry with his quarterback, but just as important, developing chemistry with the football itself. When he first got to Titans training camp, carried the football around with him everywhere, wanted to get a feel for it because the college ball is actually slightly different than the one used in the NFL. He's certainly come on 5th round pick out of UMass and developing chemistry with his quarterback, Bob. Dick.
Sure has, Christina. Mariota's pass, and it's going to be a catch. We also have a penalty marker down at the 40, and Tajay Sharp on cue makes the catch. And as Mariota says, we knew from the moment he arrived he was the real thing.
Pass, holding, number 24, defense, the penalty decline. Play results in a first down.
Holding on Captain Munnerlyn, and this is the picture.
Yeah, he's committed, and Dick, and why he's holding, getting a feel for the football, as Christina said, that the NFL football is slightly bigger. And so any edge you can get and better feel, that's what he did. That's why he's good, because he puts extra time in. Wants to be great.
So after the 12-yard gain, a first down at the 45.
670, 670, 670, burn, 670.
Good protection for Mariota, and he flips it over to DeMarco Murray. When in doubt, go to Murray, who's right there, and Terrence Newman, the 37-year-old, making the tackle. For a game break, let's check in with Carissa Thompson.
Bengals, Jets. Darrelle Revis isn't going to like this one come Monday. Andy Dalton to A.J. Green. 54-yard score. Bengals up 10-7. Dick, Chris, and Christina.
Thank you, Carissa. Good first game, 2nd down and 5. As we wind down to 3 minutes to go in the first half. Murray misses a first down by a yard, thanks to Eric Kendricks.
Titans are doing a good job of being versatile in their play calling, mixing run and pass. And when you do that, you affect head coach Mike Zimmer and what he calls defensively, because he's off guard a little bit. It affects his rhythm.
3rd down and 1. on the Viking 46.
They liked DeMarco Murray right here in the flat last time where they ran a little kick play. We got Harrison Smith matched up on him right now.
Here comes pressure from the other side, and the pass is caught by Harry Douglas. Old reliable Harry Douglas, so many years with Atlanta, and a 16-yard gain and a first down to the 30.
Well, it's all about winning one-on-one matchups in the third and short situations. Right now, Tennessee wide receivers and skill players are beating the Vikings defenders that cover those skilled players.
And we wind down to the 2-minute warning here. Tennessee does not look like a 3-13 team, which is what they were a year ago, leading, however, by only 3-0. Follow your favorite team all season long. Go to itunes.com/NFL. 2 minutes remaining in the first half here in Tennessee. Dick Stockton, along with Chris Spielman and Christina Pink. Mike Malarkey's Titans trying to add to their 3-0 lead. It'll be a first down at the 30. Each team has all 3 timeouts remaining. DeMarco Murray tripped up after a gain of 2 by Kendricks.
So one of the things that makes it easy for a quarterback is a pre-snap read. In this down and distance situation, you see that much cushion between receiver and defensive back. That's an easy pre-snap read for Marcus Mariota, and it's nice pitch and catch. It's no problem. It's too easy. In that type of distance, if you're going to play man, then you get up and you press and you play man and challenge him.
On second down and 8. Overthrown to Tajay Sharp. Are you surprised at the way the Titans, even though they only have 3 points, have been moving the ball against that solid Viking defense?
Yeah, and the Vikings are really solid. Where they excel and have excelled is when they get into this area inside the 30-yard line. But they like to have a lot of 2 different looks. What they are dictating to the Vikings, though, is they're taking them out of their 2 safety look, forcing Harrison Smith to become essentially an extra linebacker in the box because of the ability to run the football.
DeMarco Murray first lined up in the slot, then went into the backfield. Third down and 8. Mariota. And the pass is caught, and no. Did not have 2 feet in. Trey Waynes with a good job against Tajay Sharp.
Oh, they caught it. They called it in, Dick.
Oh, they did.
Well, and because of the hand strength of Tajay Sharp. Right here. And good coverage by Trey Waynes. Again, right there. But you see the hand strength of Tajay Sharp, then having the know-it-all to turn upfield right away and understanding where the yard marker is for the first down.
Tough catch, too.
Yeah, great throw, by the way.
First down at the 20. Each team has been in the red zone once. Titans got a field goal. Vikings didn't get a field goal. And unable to make the play is Andre Johnson, the prolific receiver with the Colts last year. Before that, the Texans. And if he had held on, it would have been 6.
Well, you don't see that often from the future Hall of Famer, in my opinion. Watch Terrence Newman undercut him just enough, and maybe he got in the vision of Andre Johnson. But guess what? If you're a future Hall of Famer, that's a catch that you have to make and that you need to make. It's a great throw by Mariota, just because he had to throw it a little low and away outside of Terrence Newman trying to undercut.
1:09 remaining in the first half. Titans going into the air on this drive, and a big rush, and the pass trying to get it out to Murray, and it was Everson Griffin who was coming on strong from the blind side of Mariota.
And also with the pressure, you again have Brian Robinson, the crafty veteran, sniffing out the screen, forcing the throwaway by Mariota. Watch Griffin coming untouched right here. And Robinson right there just playing a little bit. You see that offensive tackle trying to work outside of that. Robinson just mirrored the offensive tackle, Dick, and was in position to defend against the screen.
Now it's 3rd and 10.
Looks like the Vikings will bring some type of pressure here.
And there is the fade pass, and it is caught by DeMarco Murray. Griffin downfield makes the tackle, and Murray makes the catch. Great touch that time by Mariota, and the Titans call their first timeout.
Well, it's a wheel route, and right away, that's where he is told and taught to go. When you have a running back matched up on a defensive end, disregard all other reads, that's your read. And good coverage by Everson, the big fellow.
Here's Murray concentrating against the big guy and makes the grab. First and goal. 57 total yards for DeMarco Murray with his third team in 3 years, making a fine catch, setting up first and goal at the 6 for the Titans. 2 timeouts left for Tennessee. And there is the keeper, unable to flip it, and the only thing he could do is throw it out of bounds. And at that time, it was Anthony Barr putting on the pressure, the strong side linebacker for Minnesota.
Well, again, a college play put in specifically for Marcus Mariota, where the option is very difficult to defend. You're going to get a pulling guard right there, Spain. Then you have the pass to DeMarco Murray. They also had a shovel pass in front of that, but nice decision-making and poise by Mariota to put that up as a souvenir.
13th play of the drive coming up, and both Murray and Derrick Henry are in the backfield on second and goal. Play action. And they flip it to Murray. Murray leaps, touchdown! With Tennessee now, you think?
Well, he's getting his touches. And he's doing it on the ground and with his hands.
Thirteen-play drive, 73 yards. Mariota did not look like a second-year quarterback in that drive, and Ryan Succop for the extra point. Kick is good. 10-3. Here is Murray. Leaps, 6-yard touchdown. DeMarco Murray accounting for 31 of the 73 yards on the drive and a 6-yard touchdown catch, and it's 10-0. The Titans leading the Vikings with 41 seconds remaining in the first half. On a hot, humid day in Tennessee, Cordero Patterson in the end zone, trying and hoping for a return here. Succop is kicking directionally away from Patterson on 2 kickoffs.
Well, I catch it, Dick, and I bring it out.
There is the high-flying DeMarco Murray. We'll be back with Minnesota ball. Back here in Nashville, and the Vikings have 41 seconds left on the 25-yard line following the touchback. Is that a returnable ball for Patterson?
To me it is, because he's so dangerous. I don't know what they want him to do or what's in their game plan, but I would tell Cordell, if you got it, go get it. Bring it out.
McKinnon on the screen pass drops the ball. Right now, let's check in with Kurt Menefee in Houston.
Coming up on the Visa Halftime Report live from Houston, we have liftoff on the NFL season. RG3 makes his debut against the Eagles. The Jets looking for the upset against the Bengals, and we'll preview the huge game between the Giants and Cowboys. That's all T-minus a few minutes on the Visa Halftime Report.
All right, Kurt, thank you. Second down and 10 for the Vikings from the 25, with the Titans leading 10-0. Sean Hill back to throw, and this pass is incomplete. I got to ask you this, Chris. Is there a possibility we see Sam Bradford in the second half?
No, I don't think so, because I don't think it's on Sean Hill. First of all, he had a couple penalties which set him back. He had a missed field goal by Blair Walsh. And the other thing is, I don't think you put him in until you're comfortable. This isn't college where if you lose one, then you're out of the playoff system. I think Sean Hill still gives them the best chance to win. The only knock I've had on Sean Hill, he had Diggs open in the end zone on the post, and he missed them. And those are things that you have to capitalize on, and plus they're getting no help from their running game, at least so far in the first half.
3rd down and 10. And Hill's pass caught. And holding on is Stephon Diggs for a 13-yard gain and a 1st down, and the Vikings will call a timeout. That'll be their first timeout. Don't forget to check out Damon Wayans and Clayne Crawford in Lethal Weapon premieres Wednesday, September 21st on Fox.
Now, Tennessee is a defensive mindset right now. I know a lot of people hate it, but you do want to play some sort of prevent. You want to keep everything in front of you and force Minnesota to use the middle of the field.
Longest pass for Hill has been 21 yards to Thielen. 2 timeouts left. More important, only 25 seconds. They're on the 38. Vikings trying to get at least into field goal range, and slipping was Charles Johnson. Fell down as the pass came his way. Was defended anyway by Jason McCourty.
So receivers slip for one reason: when they do not have their shoulders over their feet and their shoulders are way too far back, then you cannot come out of your break. Here's Charles Johnson, number 12 on the outside right here. Now watch his shoulders. He's going to try to come out of his break, but his shoulders are too far back, which forces him to fall back and trip. That's discipline, and that's technique that has to be continually repped.
2nd and 10. McKinnon is in the backfield as the running back. On 2nd and 10, Hill zips it, and it's caught by Kyle Rudolph. Rudolph been a reliable receiver, and a 1st down at the 41-yard line, and the Vikings will use their 2nd timeout. A gain of 21 into Titan territory.
Well, that was Bridgewater's comfort level, and that's also Sean Hill's comfort level. Right now, when you have Rudolph, again, you like the matchup because of size. And Rudolph can run, so that puts a lot of pressure anytime they're playing too deep coverage, when you have a safety running with the tight end up the middle of the field, or you're playing man-to-man.
How do they play it now, though? They use the middle of the field?
Oh, yeah, you have 14 seconds. You have 1 timeout left, so that leaves the middle of the field open. The whole mindset is to get Blair Walsh in position to make a field goal, and I don't know where his confidence level is as far as Blair Walsh goes.
He's missed a 37-yard field goal thus far. 1st down at the 41 of the Titans. Hill, and it's knocked down. Good defensive play by Bryce McCain, who was with Dick LeBeau in Pittsburgh before he went to Miami. Adam Thielen was the intended receiver.
I love the discipline of McCain, keeping his left arm off the receiver and bringing that right arm along to knock it down. Sometimes you don't, a lot of times you see DBs, they panic a little bit, and they got to grab the guy. It's like, I grabbed you, you'll be all right. He just knocked it down with his right. Here we go.
He's a halftime report coming up very soon. 9 seconds remaining in the half. And there's the pass out of the backfield is McKinnon, and McKinnon is tackled at the 38-yard line. And the Vikings will use their last timeout of this first half. McKinnon was tackled by Danaris Searcy immediately. So Blair Walsh, who hooked his first field goal attempt from 37 yards. This one will be longer. This will be a 51-yard try.
56.
56, that is, and that, by the way, is his career long. 4 years ago against the Texans.
You have to remember, if you're the Vikings, because of the length of the field goal, after the kick, the defensive line or the protectors have to go down and cover because Tennessee has a deep man back there just in case it's short.
3 seconds remaining in the half. And the whistle, and timeout was called because he signaled the Vikings, but it was Tennessee who called the timeout, so they'll change that.
Hey, I just want to re-emphasize again, because Blair Walsh missed that and he pulled it again to the left. He caught a break right there, and you have a return man back there for Tennessee and Parrish Cox. So this is worked on in practice. Everybody understands this now. The big thing you have to do is cover because of the threat of the return. And 53 was his limit in warm-ups, Nick. At least that's what I charted.
Pretty good breeze out there. And it's a swirling wind. So again, the 56-yard try. And this kick is way left, not even close. And that will do it for the first half. Well, halftime here, and the Tennessee Titans lead the Minnesota Vikings 10-0. And of course, Sean Hill making his first start since 2014, and Tennessee looked awfully sharp. Halftime with the score, Titans 10, Vikings nothing. And we now go to Kurt Menefee in Houston for the Visa halftime report, which starts now. Today's excitement is brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. That was today's excitement, brought to you by the new Nissan Titan. Talk about Titans, they're up 10-0 over the Vikings at halftime. And looking at the game thus far, Tennessee has looked very aggressive. Mariota's played well. How do you see the game, and what do the Vikings have to do?
Well, the Vikings have to score points when they have an opportunity to score points, and they've yet to do that. And plus, they've hurt themselves or stalled some drives with some untimely penalties. Tennessee, you do what you do. You shut them out on defense, and you called a great game for Marcus Mariota in the first half, Mike Mularkey and staff, and you established it on the ground. What that has done now is it keeps Coach Zimmer, who's calling defense, a little bit guessing because you established both.
Blair Walsh, who missed his last field goal in the playoffs, missed two, and both were hooked. First one from 37 yards off to the left. And then in the last play of the first half, a 56-yarder, a line drive, wasn't even close. Those were the two opportunities that the Vikings had to get on the board. So that's the story here. The Vikings will get the ball first in the third quarter. We'll take a look at the first half statistics. And the Titans with 194 yards total versus 150 for the Vikings. Hill, by the way, was 11 of 19 for 124. That's not a bad percentage and bad numbers for him. No mistakes. And Adrian Peterson gained 20 yards on 9 carries. And let's send it down to Christina Pink.
Hey, Dick, well, you asked the question at the end of the first half, so I asked Mike Zimmer, is there any chance we see Sam Bradford in the second half? His answer was, we'll see. So he didn't rule it out, but he blamed some of the struggles on offense on the lack of a running game, especially when I asked him about Sean Hill. Defensively, he said, we just have to make some adjustments. When I spoke to Mike Mularkey, he said, this is just how he envisioned this two-headed running back. He said, we're getting a lot out of the backfield, but even more on big plays in the passing game for both DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. But he said, we have to do better on third down. And he said, we're getting close to hitting Sean Hill, but he said, we got to do a little bit more.
All right, Christina, thank you very much. And the running game, the Vikings have only 26 yards, averaging under 3 yards per carry. We'll see if that changes. For Darrell Patterson running it out for the Vikings. And a good return, one man to beat. Patterson trying to get by a couple of defenders, but a great return for Patterson to the 34-yard line of Tennessee. And it was McCourty and Rice McCain who bracketed him at the very end at a 56-yard return here.
Well, that's why, Dick, we tell him, bring it out every single time if you're a Viking coach, a fan, player, because he can do this. Now they have some field position, and they can get up and go. But he's like a running back when he gets into the open field. It's just a weapon back there. Suckup probably miskicked that. Left it short.
From the 34, Sean Hill, play action, watch out from behind, and going deep and overthrowing Charles Johnson with McCourty right with him step for step.
That's a great job of coverage by Jason McCourty. And he actually ran the route before Charles Johnson ran around. But I like the play call. It's aggressive by Norm Turner to come out off the play action. After a big return, you got field position. You take a shot down the field.
And that also opens up the running game for Adrian Peterson.
And we'll see, because Tennessee is not threatened, and they still play a lot of guys in that box.
2nd and 10, and they go to Peterson. You're right. Clogged him up in a hurry. That time it was Morgan and Jarrell Casey for a gain of about 2.5.
Big 3rd down here for Minnesota. Even if they have to get a couple of yards, anytime they can get the ball closer, you give your field goal kicker a little bit more of a comfort, especially one that's been struggling with confidence. And I would, if I'm Tennessee, keep my eye on that guy right there, Kyle Rudolph.
He's made some clutch catches, 3 for 47 yards in the first half. 3rd down and 8. And this pass incomplete, and they were going for Charles Johnson and McCourty. What a great sequence for McCourty in that time. And now Blair Walsh is going to come out to try a long field goal. He's 0 for 2, but he'll be kicking from left to right for the first time today. Be about a 50-yard try. Trying to get straightened out here. Nothing will be better for his confidence than a success here. And this kick is long enough and good. 50-yard field goal by Blair Walsh, and the Vikings on their first possession of the second half get on the board and now trail 10-3.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest. We remember. By Pizza Hut. Bring home the flavor only at Pizza Hut. And by Chevrolet. More 2016 J.D. Power Dependability Awards than any other brand.
Makes you a little hungry, doesn't it?
Looks like P.T. Navarro's played. His plate's like he's going to the chair.
Our producer, P.T. Navarro, there you look at the scoring drive, and it was set up by what was officially called a 61-yard kickoff return by Cordaro Patterson. So now let's see what Mark Mariani will have in store on his possible return, as Walsh kicking off to him. And this is returnable all the way. Mariani at the goal line. Hemmed in. Good coverage. Not too many places he could go, and Jerick McKinnon making the special teams tackle for the Vikings.
I love the decision making of that man right there, Marcus Mariota, in the first half. No panic, not rushed, did not force anything, and the play calling was outstanding by Mike Mularkey. And of course, you have more versatility in your play calling when you're able to run the football.
Played soccer as a youth. He was 8 years old. He had a soccer jersey with number 8 on it, and he's worn number 8 since then. A very personable guy, as we learned on Friday. First down. Completed pass out towards the 25-yard line to Rashard Matthews. We'll get 6 on that play. Matthews had a career high of 43 catches for the Dolphins, so with Sharp and Matthews, a new set of wide receivers as well as running backs for the Titans this year. 2nd down and 4. Murray off the left side. Look at that head down charge, and he's close to a first down for the Titans. Henry's going to come in the game, and they're going to give Murray a break as he's limping back.
It's a nice luxury too, and what happened was that Tajay Sharp threw the key block. So not only is the rookie catching passes downfield, but he was able to sustain his block long enough on Harrison Smith to force a 2-yard gain.
3rd down and 1. They go to Henry, and Henry close. Vikings were right there.
And I think he's a little short. That's Harrison Smith coming off the edge. And I want to tell you, this is a smart play call by Mike Zimmer, and it's an audible, because when you have a wide receiver lined up to an offensive tackle, you're not going to run that way, right? The Vikings knew that they were going to run to the right, and they brought Harrison Smith on block off the edge. That's just an audible in game plan and scouting report. Watch Harrison Smith right here. So you have a wide receiver to tackle. There's no run over there. All runs over here, this way, where it's coming. Harrison Smith comes unblocked to make the play.
And Chris, that's a significant stop, because the Vikings, coming out with momentum here in the beginning of the third, quickly get the ball back with a chance down by 7. So Brett Kern kicking, and Marcus Sherrills. Sherrills with the fair catch, gets hit.
He didn't signal.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
No, he should have. Kevin Byard said, "I don't see the arm. I'm going after him." And we are back here in Nashville. Kickoff weekend here in Nashville. Back to football, and everyone is delighted as you look at the offensive leaders for the Vikings. And they have been able to run the ball effectively. As you can see, Peterson only 22 yards and 10 carries. See what happens here. First down at the 27. And they go to Peterson, hemmed in and dropped for a loss. Denoris Searcy, the strong safety, the 2-yard loss on the play.
Hey, Dick, you mentioned they haven't been able to run the ball. Well, it's tough because they don't have enough blockers. Tennessee is daring them to throw on first down, but when you have all these guys, they have 10 guys within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. They have the safety sitting at 15. You cannot run the ball effectively. It's not going to happen. So you have to throw on first down to loosen them up.
Second down and 12. Hill's pass. And a great catch made for a first down at the 40-yard line by Adam Thielen.
And he's complaining because he did get grabbed in the face mask.
15 yards.
But first of all, Thielen, nice job of working back to the football. Cutting off the defender. Yeah, he's right. You're right, Sean. He should have gave you the face mask. Didn't get it. Next play. Nice job, Thielen. Coming back to the ball. Fundamentals. 101.
Norv Turner talking about his receivers. He said, we got a good mix here. No one outstanding guy, but a good mix overall. On first down, they try Peterson up the middle, and he gets about 3. Carl Klug stops him.
Adrian does not get frustrated. He's very patient, and as Tennessee, you can't relax from this point. We stop him, we stop him, we stop him. And if you're on defense, you make that mistake of relaxing, the next thing you know, he's off to the races.
Barry Sanders was like
exactly.
that. Right?
Yep.
Lions.
Just explosive.
Second down and 8. Rudolph coming toward the line now in the slot to the left. Play action. And Hill's pass. And it's caught by Stephon Diggs. Boy, Diggs has really good hands. And McCourty rides him out of bounds, but 13 yards into Titan territory are the Vikings.
Well, again, even in 2nd and 8, the Titans are daring Minnesota to throw the football. So you run that little play action play, and Stephon Diggs finds a hole in the zone, sits it down, and watch what Sean Hill does extremely well. First of all, his back foot steps in and he throws. So he's throwing that ball on time and on rhythm to Diggs.
Good play action there, the fake to Peterson. Another fake here, and here is Hill, and it's going to be a first down. Diggs, I think, had forward progress and should have a first down to the 24 as we check in with Carissa Thompson in the game break.
We head to Atlanta, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. Austin Seferian-Jenkins, 30-yard touchdown catch from Winston. James Winston is having himself a day. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. You know, fantasy owners love that. 24-13, Bucks up in this one. Dick, Chris, and Christina.
All right, Carissa, that's an improved team. And here is Peterson, and once again running into a brick wall when he's going up against the center of that Titan line. Not much there. On first down.
And usually at the bottom of the pile, you'll find 99, Jarrell Casey. who's a beast. And first Pro Bowl last year and well-deserved. He plays with tremendous effort. And he doesn't like to come out. But when you see hands on hips like that, that means he might be getting a little winded. But when the ball snapped, he's going 100 miles per hour.
So does Cordarrelle Patterson, who is lines up in the slot to the left and gets the handoff. Here is Patterson. Patterson on his feet gets the first down. First down for Patterson on a well-executed play inside the 25. Bayard on the stop, picking up 11 of the Vikings, who have momentum.
It's a jet sweep, and it's a good job of Kyle Rudolph setting the edge right there, working off the one block coming up to get the corner, allowing Patterson to reach. Now, that could be a setup play too, Vic, because next time you come back with a fake jet sweep and a play action off of that.
And Patterson is in the game still. 8th play of the drive, and this pass through the hands of Adrian Peterson. So that will bring up 2nd and 10 at the 23 of the Titans.
So Minnesota hasn't had a lot of success working the outside part of the field, outside the numbers. Where they've had some success to Diggs and to Rudolph is the middle of the field on the passing game.
Peterson again, and he's hit. Will lose a yard on the play. And that was Al Wood. No, check that. Angelo Blackson. They use them all in the middle. Very strong 3-man front.
Yeah, they're defeating the one-on-one blocks of the offensive linemen. Number 95 right here playing nose guard. Actually, in the one tech means outside shoulder. Oh, that was Wood who took up the blockers.
Now McKinnon has come in and moves to the right as a receiver.
Middle linebacker matched up with him.
And Hill is going to take off. And he'll wind up about 3.5 yards. That was
I love it.
a little awkward, but effective.
Oh, yes, I love it because it took him 2 stops to make the cut, but it was effective. And I think he was going so slow on his cut that he fooled the defense. But this is a smart decision, not forcing the ball in the red zone, taking what the defense gives you, and getting Blair Walsh in position.
8-yard gain. Derrick Morgan, Tennessee Titans outside linebacker, is shaken up. 6:08 to go. It'll be 4th down, field goal coming up, and good news, Morgan may be getting up too.
By Verizon. Welcome to Verizon LTV Advanced, the next-gen network.
Beautiful scene here in Tennessee on a gorgeous day for NFL kickoff. Blair Walsh, who made a 50-yard field goal on the first series for the Vikings here in the 3rd quarter, will try to bring them closer here. This will be a 33-yard try for Walsh. Strong kick and a good kick. And now the Vikings trailing 10-6 with just under 6 minutes to go here in the 3rd.
I think Sean Hill's saying, hey, if you're going to ask me to be a running back, I need a new tape job. It's Eric Sugarman there, the head trainer of the Minnesota Vikings, does a great job. But I'll tell you, Sean, to me, I think has played well.
Yeah.
He's done exactly what they've asked him to do. And he's doing it pretty much with a tough running game so far by the Vikings. And a lot of that's doing to what the Titans are doing on defense. And their players and Dick LeBeau.
Mariani is back. Unable to return kick so far. Another short kick by Walsh. On the run at the 5-yard line. Good run and a great return up to the 33-yard line. Well, today we honor and remember all those who were lost in the September 11th attacks in 2001, including hundreds of first responders who sacrificed their lives for our country. 15 years later, we also remember and celebrate the unity that arose from this tragedy. 9/11 has become the largest annual day of charitable engagement in the United States. To learn how you can make a difference year-round, visit 911day.org. Play action, first down. Mariota sack. First sack of the game for either team. Back to the 25. Linval Joseph. And a loss of 9 yards.
That's one of the areas where the Vikings are pretty effective, is getting that inside push. Linval Joseph, number 98 right here on your screen, is going to work a nice move right here. First of all, he's one-on-one with Chance Warmack, and his hands beat Chance Warmack's hands. So hands in, win. His hands got inside of Warmack, then he countered with a quick swim. Looked like Michael Phelps with that swim, overhand stroke. Freestyle.
Gold medal.
There you go, a couple of them.
Many. Second and 19. Mariota's pass, and it's caught by Tajay Sharp. Waynes was defending, and Sharp makes the grab.
A skinny post in the timing with a rookie wide receiver. Thrown it to a spot. Not the usual thing. Usually it takes a couple of real-time games to get that chemistry. Beautiful timing between Mariota and Sharp.
You're going to hear about those two for a long time. I get 17-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 2. DeMarco Murray has come back in the game, and here's a completed catch by Andre Johnson. Johnson makes the reception and a first down to the 42 of Tennessee, getting 16 more yards. That's the Andre Johnson everyone remembers.
Trey Waynes complained to the official because he felt that Andre Johnson did get away with a little push, but you got to be stronger if you're a corner, because they do let hand fighting going on. And one thing we know about Andre Johnson is the strength. Just look at those guns. He's not shy, but he pushed Trey Waynes out of the way to get open for the quick slant.
Well-decorated receiver Derrick Henry in the game now on a terrific play by Chad Greenway. And a loss, just flew in there and made the definitive tackle, and they lose 4.
So if you're going to run, and this is why Harrison Smith signed a contract extension, because he makes plays through the air and on the ground. And just him reading that as we're going, hurry up. Harrison Smith reading the play, avoiding the blocker, making the play. The TFL, tackle for loss.
2nd down and 14. Mariota takes off quickly and slides 3 yards short of the first down, make it 4, but he gets to the 36.
I'll tell you, he reads this so quick that Anthony Barr, who was playing in the middle as linebacker, did not get it. And Ben Jones, the center, gets out on Anthony Barr just to chip him enough, and you see Marcus Mariota understanding ball security, covering up from second and sliding feet first, knowing he'll be protected. New emphasis this year.
He's got 19 yards rushing.
It's timely yards there. And put yourself in a winnable 3rd down. Got a bunch formation, a lot of pick routes right now to pick off the defense.
And they got Derrick Henry in the game, and the quick pass, and it'll be a first down to Harry Douglas. All he had to do is lean back, and that's what he did. And a first down to the 31 of the Vikings.
And exactly what they did. They picked it, and so it makes it difficult. All those receivers stay together. It makes it difficult to match up. They picked off Kendricks, allowing Douglas to sit right down at that 1st-yard marker and make the easy pitch and catch. That's a man beater. That's a man formation beater, that you do that to beat man coverage on beat.
Both quarterbacks have had good passing percentages today. First down at the 31. Titans lead by 4. Mariota, quick pass, and protecting the ball with a good catch is Johnson again. Andre Johnson figuring big here in this series, gets 7 yards.
Well, one concern was Marcus Mariota working with 3 wide receivers, and not on this play. Again, Andre Johnson running the quick slant, and that ball being thrown to a spot, and that big body just boxes out Terrence Mooney.
Fake to Henry. Here's the rush, and it's intercepted. Vikings, Eric Kendricks. He'll score. Pressure on Mariota, and Kendricks scores, and it was Everson Griffin who was in Mariota's face, and they return for the touchdown. A defensive TD for the Vikings, who take the lead.
One thing with Everson Griffin, he's so fast off the line of scrimmage, he's going to force Mariota to make a bad decision. Watch this. Look, he's on touch. He's right in his face. He thinks he has this normal outlet to Douglas. But Kendricks, not to be fooled, does a good job of cutting under Douglas, making it athletic play as a linebacker, going the distance.
77-yard return for a touchdown by Eric Kendricks, and the extra point is no good. So Blair Walsh misses the extra point after the defensive touchdown. Griffin with the pressure, and Kendricks did the rest. But the score is 12-10. First career touchdown for Eric Kendricks, a 77-yard return off an interception. Everson Griffin got in the face of Marcus Mariota, and Kendricks did the rest. And they'll down it in the end zone for a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
So this is a misread by Marcus Mariota. Minnesota's playing a zone defense because Marcus is going to read this guy. He's going to drop in zone, so he's expecting Kendricks to be back here. Kendricks doesn't play zone. Kendricks just uses his instincts, fell for the play action a little bit. Because he didn't play zone, Mariota never saw him. It just cut right underneath Harry Douglas. Then he's on a highlight film. So FS1 highlight film.
So all you have to do is get on one, you know.
Yeah. All because Marcus thought it was his own. And Eric actually had a poor read, but he recovers because he's a great athlete with great instinct.
Penalty flag down.
False start, number 67, offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Left guard Quinton Spain. So it'll be first down and 15. Christina Pink has done a great job reporting for us, but she's a bit under the weather, and so that's why we're not getting reports from her. And so she's questionable. We know that Derrick Morgan suffered a hamstring, and he too is questionable. First down and 15. Running play to DeMarco Murray. And Murray fighting his way. Game break time, and let's check in with Carissa Thompson.
Oakland at New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, a 98-yard touchdown catch from Drew Brees, the longest of his career. That's saying a lot. Of course, he's got that new contract. Brandon Cooks has 2 scores on the day. The Saints up 24-10.
Drew Brees is happy. The Saints are happy, and the receivers are happy, and he's happy with that new contract. It's not Dick Stockton money, but
44 seconds to go. I'm laughing, and this pass is incomplete, and it was intended for Harry Douglas. What a good time to make that deal with Drew Brees, right? Right on the eve of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I think Drew Brees has made a statement that he wants to play into his 40s, and if he stays healthy, I see no reason why he wouldn't.
He's in shape. He's pretty good shape. Aren't they all? Third down and 11 from the 24. Vikings with 2 field goals and a touchdown. Missed extra point though. Lead by 2. Mariota's pass and a little bit high. I don't know whether Matthews should have caught that ball or not. Waynes was defending.
He should have caught the ball. He's an NFL wide receiver, and the rule generally is, the standard is, that if you have 2 hands on the ball, you catch it. And I'm only saying what I think his standard is for himself. You get 2 hands on it, you catch it.
So it's 4th down. And they're going to send both Cordaro Patterson and Marcus Sherrills back for this punt by Kern. And it's heading over to Sherrill's way. And he's going to flip it to Patterson. And Patterson trying to make something out of nothing, and almost did, as he is down at the 31-yard line. He doesn't have a lot of room on that sideline. So the Minnesota Vikings with the 2-point lead and the ball in the waning seconds of the third. Coming up next, it's America's Game of the Week. Eli Manning leads the Giants against the Cowboys, or the Lions take on Andrew Luck and the Colts. The action continues next, right here on Fox.
Dak Prescott making his debut, and Eli will be in Dallas, and he'll also be at Peyton's house on Tuesday, according to the commercial, right?
Yeah. I believe everything I see, don't you?
Yes, I do.
I'm sold. I'm sold. Sean Hill has not made any mistakes today. 14 of 25 for 163. And that's a big plus for any quarterback, especially a backup gets hit and try to get it to Peterson, thrown behind him. That time, Wesley Woodyard came in strong on Sean Hill. By the way, David Bass is now playing outside backer in place of the injured Derrick Morgan. That's Bass. Made some good progress last year. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 31.
That's aggressive play call on 1st down. It did not work, but it just puts in the mind of that defense. 1st and 10 is an automatic rundown.
Well, you said pass on 1st down, and that's what they did, although it wasn't a deep pass. 2nd down and 10. And here is Peterson trying to spin his way out, and he's going to be in trouble. Kevin Byard, 3rd round pick from Middle Tennessee State, forcing the play for the Titans. And Peterson gets stymied and loses 5 yards. As time runs out, that is the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. Vikings 12, Titans 10. Kendrick's interception the difference. Fox NFL Sunday returns after these messages and a word from your local Fox station. Start of the 4th quarter here in Nashville. Dick Stockton, Chris Spielman, Christina Pink, as the Vikings lead by a score of 12 to 10. 2 field goals and an interception. It'll be 3rd down and 15. Matt Asiata now in the backfield for the Vikings. Sean Hill and his pass. And it is a catch, great catch by Adam Thielen. He's had a terrific day for the Vikings as a receiver, 16 yards. And that'll be a 1st down, a clutch 3rd down and 15 for Hill. I tell you what, for a backup quarterback, he's playing better as the game goes on.
The best thing about him that I've witnessed today is his patience in the pocket. He has that natural feel that only a 15-year vet can have when he kind of scoots like that to buy himself, but he keeps in position and balance to throw the football down the field.
Clutch play on the first play of the 4th quarter, and the handoff is to Adrian Peterson. Stopped by Al Woods. Peterson has had a rough outing today. Has averaged less than 2 yards per carry, 6 yards for losses, and has only 22 yards and 16 carries. Those are those un-Peterson-like numbers.
Well, now might be a time to run because Tennessee just substituted their nickel package, which is to defend the pass, obviously. So if you want to run, 2nd and 9, although that tells everybody pass, you might attack the personnel that Tennessee just put on the field.
2nd and 7, Patterson is to the top of your picture. Johnson to the bottom, going to the top. And what a grab made by Patterson with Parrish Cox trying for the interception.
Not only the grab, but the throw. And trust your arm. People say he doesn't have a strong arm. That ball is only put where Patterson could make that catch. And that's a great throw by Sean Hill. And he threw that before Patterson had his head turned around. That's timing with receivers. That's why he's starting today.
3rd down and 1. Sean Hill, the decision, by the way, was made on Thursday, and the team was told on Thursday that it was going to be Hill. This is an unbalanced line up front, and play action, and the pass is going to be caught by Kyle Rudolph. Rudolph, Mr. Reliable, and a well-designed play by Norv Turner, and a 1st down to the 31, picking up 18 yards.
Well, that's one what a great call if it works, and what a horrible call. Give it to AP. But he got the great call on that because Cersei got a little bit nosy when he's responsible for man-to-man coverage on Brady. Then he got picked off in traffic.
It's great to second guess, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what we do best.
So a 1st down at the 31. Vikings leading by 2 very early here in the 4th. And Rudolph with 4 catches for 65 yards. Peterson in the game, still waiting to bust one. His longest rush has been 9 yards. Carl Klug is right in front of him for a gain of about 4.
That's an effective first down play right there. 2nd and 6, and coaches always talk to you, and I know this is cliche, but it's true. Everybody wants to stay on schedule. 2nd and 6 is staying on schedule. 2nd and 9 is not staying on schedule. So this opens up the playbook a little bit more where you can still run the ball with an effective guy in Derrick McKinnon, who's now lining up as a wide receiver.
So the backfield is what? Empty. On 2nd down and 6. And this pass is drilled and incomplete. Rudolph, the intended receiver. One of those bang-bang plays in which the officials on the field calling it in real time, and Searcy and Woodyard were downfield.
I don't think he ever had complete possession of this football, and Woodyard does a good job of coming over, or excuse me, Searcy does a good job of knocking it out. They have a matchup out there, as you can see, the ball's out before it's complete control. They have a matchup if they want to go back to that formation. We have McKinnon on Williamson, the linebacker. That's something that we can look forward to as this game moves on.
Already in field goal range, 3rd down and 6. From the 27, Hill gets rid of it, and the pass incomplete. So 4th down coming up, and Blair Walsh, who has made 1 of 3 field goals today, or 2 of 3, but has missed an extra point as well. Boy, he's had all kinds of days. 2 of 4, longest was 50 yards. This will be
45 yards.
45, yep.
Just got to go back to your fundamentals. Trust your training, trust your technique.
And Walsh's kick is good. He had missed 2 going in that direction earlier, but he makes good on a 45-yarder. And the Vikings have scored 15 unanswered points here in the 2nd half and are up by 5. And we're back in Nashville, and the Vikings lead by 5 now. Walsh with a 45-yard field goal, now 3 for 5 on the day. And the big 18-yard catch by the tight end. Kyle Rudolph has had an outstanding game. The wind blows the ball off the tee.
Off the play action, too, which was, as you said, if it works, it's a great call by North Turner. It worked. It was a great call. Confused the tight defense. Set them up for field goal position.
Mariani is back, as well as Antonio Andrews. And returnable kick, Mariani. Coming back to Tennessee, and he brings it out close to the 25. Mariota, who's completed 18 of 29, ready to bring the Titans out, who need a touchdown to take the lead early in the 4th. Chris Spielman, how do you see the quarterback deal today?
I think Sean Hill has shown his experience by keeping his composure and making good decisions. Marcus had one bad decision, which was costly. Now, to get him back in rhythm, you might want to go back to your quick passing game. That's something that Tennessee does really well. And just the middle of the field. Don't make him throw downfield if there's nothing open. Don't force it. Get back into a little bit of rhythm here.
From the 25. And a lost ball, and the Vikings pick it up, and they may get it. Going all the way in for the touchdown is Daniil Hunter. So a mix-up between running back and quarterback, and Daniil Hunter gets the 2nd defensive touchdown of the game for the Minnesota Vikings.
College teams, when they run a zone read, Dick, they have 1,000,000 reps of the quarterback exchange on a zone read. Marcus Mariota, after the ball was fumbled, the play was over, looked over to the bench, and he put 2 hands on, like he was taking a handoff, saying that the running back grabbed the ball. He pulled the ball out instead. That resulted into a turnover. It's just a bad exchange.
And this place is stunned. Blair Walsh on for the extra point. And Walsh nails it. And the Minnesota Vikings now have opened up a 22-10 lead on this play. 24 yards on the fumble recovery by Daniil Hunter.
By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Minnesota Vikings have scored every time they've had the ball and twice when they haven't here in the second half. Daniil Hunter with a 24-yard fumble return for a touchdown, his first career. Kendricks with the interception, and the Titans will start from the 25. Still with plenty of time in this game.
Well, this is zone read. Every college in America runs it, and if they are not in sync with each other, bad things happen. Right here, DeMarco, I think, thinks he's getting the ball. Mariota's thinking he's running the ball because he sees Hunter go down. That's his natural read. When that 3 technique chases inside, he's supposed to pull it out. If you do not rep that play, the danger of a turnover happening, the chances of those percentages skyrocket, and it hurt the Titans right there.
Vikings with 13 points off of 2 turnovers by the Titans. First down and 10. Mariota, and his pass is going to be caught. And Sharp with the grab, and a good grab with the defender on his back for 15 yards. Well, this fall we've got a show you're not going to want to miss. It's called Pitch, and it's about one woman's emotional journey to become the first female pitcher in the major leagues. Pitch premieres Thursday, September 22nd on Fox. Titans on their own 40. DeMarco Murray off the left side. And picks up a couple of yards.
Daniil Hunter, how about that? 2 plays in a row. And anytime you have depth on your defensive line, because of the nature of the game today, you have to roll guys. Daniil Hunter is a nice option to give Everson Griffin a blow or Brian Robinson a blow, and he's a playmaker.
And Chris, there's still plenty of time. They don't have to necessarily say, let's go to the air all the time.
No, but you might want to go a little bit of tempo. If anything, just to get Marcus into some rhythm. Sometimes, again, tempo helps quarterbacks get in rhythm.
Murray loses the ball, and the Vikings pick it up again. Zendejo. How about the Viking defense in the second half? Andrew Zendejo with the fumble recovery. 2 in the last 2 possessions by the Titans, and then they had the interception on the previous one.
Just a little bit of self-destruct mode.
Yep.
DeMarco Murray, watch the air come between the ball and his body. Once that air, you can see air between his ball and body, right there, that's when you know that that ball becomes vulnerable, and defenses are taught if they see that football, start clubbing away at it, and because it got away with his body, he could not secure it.
Shamar Stephen forced the fumble for the Vikings, so 3 turnovers all here in the second half. And now Minnesota with the ball in Tennessee territory and a first down at the 46.
You got to be alert over the top if you're Tennessee.
Adrian Peterson, 1 yard. Stafford right there, came up from the safety's position. So DeMarco Murray with the turnover and the mix-up on the previous series on the handoff with Mariota and Murray. Second down, and Peterson trying to find an opening and gets a couple more yards. Brings up 3rd down and 5 for the Vikings. Peterson will go out, and Derrick McKinnon will check back in. Peterson has 31 yards on 19 carries, the longest run from scrimmage, 9 yards. Here comes pressure up the middle on Hill. Hill lets it go, and downfield he had an open Charles Johnson. Pass thrown over his shoulder, incomplete, so it'll be 4th down.
Excellent sight adjustment by Charles Johnson and Sean Hill. The only thing I thought Charles Johnson should have got his head around a little bit quicker to locate the ball. Anytime you get an all blitz with zero safety help, this is an automatic read. Charles Johnson's just going to run a takeoff. Now the ball's in the air. See, his head got around there a little bit late. Once he gets past that DB, Dick, he's got to turn and locate the football. It was a little late, so he couldn't make adjustment on the outside throw.
Damian Stafford injured for Tennessee. I'll tell you, in any event, Sean Hill was able to handle the pressure up the middle. I mean, he showed, you mentioned 15 years experience.
Plus
and he's shown it today.
Yeah, he has, Dick. Sorry, and the protection has been solid on those blitzes, which allowed him time to throw the deep ball. But just the tale of two halves, right? Tennessee self-destructing turnovers, 2 defensive touchdowns for the Vikings.
And the Vikings have been alert. I mean, they really have. And, you know, there are a lot of ways you win a game. I mean, you can win a game without your quarterback throwing a lot of touchdown passes or your great running back rushing for 100 yards. That's what the Vikings are doing right now.
Well, again, 0 turnovers. Coaches, everybody will tell you, it's so cliche. It makes me crazy in production meetings. What do you got to do to win? We got to run and not turn it over. Well, they haven't been able to run, but they didn't turn it over. Well, Tennessee has turned it over.
Is that what coaches tell us?
Yeah, exactly. Next question, please.
First punt of the second half, Jeff Locke kicking from practically midfield, and Tennessee was coming in to try to get a piece of it. And the fair catch called for by Mariani. So we have 8:14 on the clock. And Marcus Mariota trying to turn things around after turnover city in the second half for Tennessee. Chris, you would think the Titans would have to go tempo here now at the time.
Oh, absolutely, you got to go tempo. 8-14, we're down 2 possessions. You got to get it going. Plus, it should help Marcus Mariota get into a little bit of a rhythm.
First down on the 15. Derrick Henry, by the way, the running back. And on first down, Mariota's pass incomplete, intended for Tajay Sharp. Well, we'd like to welcome the men and women in uniform serving around the world, watching today's broadcast in 175 countries on AFN, the American Forces Network. Thanks for all you do, and we hope you're enjoying today's telecast. And those Marines loved posing with Adrian Peterson, and he loved being with them as well.
I think that's the big point. I think Adrian Peterson recognizes what those guys do every single day for our freedom and our right to express our freedom.
Second down and 10. Mariota will go down, sacked inside the 5 by Daniil Hunter. Hunter making his mark here in the second half of this game with a fumble return for a touchdown, and now a sack. Second sack of the game by Minnesota, and a loss of 10 big yards.
Oh, yeah, he's just out of LSU. He's just a freak athlete, 252 pounds. Right here, playing off the run, converting into a pass rush, hands in, win. His hands were inside on the defensive lineman. He also hit a punch swim and was able to finish off the sack.
Third down and 20. Trying to get some of it back, and the pass incomplete, intended for Sharp. Trey Waynes. Again, Waynes starting for the injured Xavier Rhodes today, and he's played a pretty good game.
Yeah, he's been solid. I mean, besides the one where Andre Johnson kind of pushed him around a little bit, he's been in good position. And I got news for you. If you're a first-round draft pick, you need to be solid out there. But Mike Zimmer and Rick Spielman love to draft corners. They got a pretty good young one, Mackenzie Alexander from Clemson, on the bench.
Brett Kern will be kicking to Marcus Sherrills. Kern from about 5 yards in the end zone. A great kick by Kern sends Sherrills back to his 30. And good coverage there. So pretty good for Tennessee to have Minnesota only at the 42-yard line. That was a 64-yard punt. And the difference in this game, Kendricks with the interception, 77 yards in the touchdown, and then Daniil Hunter picking up the loose ball and running it in from 24 yards out. 2 defensive scores for the Vikings in the second half, giving them the 12-point lead with 7:09 remaining in the fourth.
Yeah, the unforced error. And again, if you do not rep that consistently, because I think what happened, because Marcus Mariota, after that play, signaled to the sideline, giving like he was taking a handoff motion. I think DeMarco thought he was going to give it to him. Marcus had a different read on a defensive end crashing inside. In a zone read concept, that tells Marcus to keep it and run. Not on the same page.
Huge disappointment for these Titans who looked so good in the first half. Asiata at running back, picking up 2 yards on first down as we get under 7 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Sean Hill, who got the nod, didn't decide whether it was going to be Hill or Sam Bradford, who was acquired in a trade that came out 8 days before this first game, and a big trade with the Philadelphia Eagles. And people said maybe the Vikings gave up too much. Well, when you have a team as promising as Minnesota and so much hope, and the heartbreak of Teddy Bridgewater going down, I think it really takes a lot of courage to make a deal. You may not have the leverage to get a good quarterback.
Yeah, you do what you have to do because you're built for now. You're not built for 2 years from now. You're built for now to win now.
Asiata spinning off and fighting his way to midfield before Cersei making the tackle.
But I think if you would survey the Vikings, the players, the coaches, Sean Hill did exactly what they expected him to do. Actually, if we ask Sean Hill, he'll probably come in there and say, I did exactly what I thought I was going to do. I was going to play well. I was going to manage the game. I was going to protect the football. And that's what he did. And you rely, when you have a solid defense and a good running game, that's what you hang your head on. They're not asking him to win it. They're asking him to manage the game. He might not like it, but that's true.
Does that mean Sam Bradford does get to be quarterback when he's ready and when they feel he is ready to play?
I would predict that Sam Bradford will be the starting quarterback next week.
Hill going deep for Diggs. And Diggs making the play. Great catch with Jason McCourty all over him. And Diggs with a 33-yard gain, and the Vikings really showing their might here in the second half.
After this, I might change my prediction because this is just a great throw. Again, timing, and that's one of the big reasons why he was named the starter today, because he has timing down with the Vikings wide receivers. He knew where Diggs was going to be, so he throws to a spot, trusting that Diggs will run underneath.
Well, speaking of next week, the Vikings open the regular season with their sparkling, spanking new stadium in Minneapolis, the outdoor version. Here's Asiata with the run, and Asiata charges his way inside the 10.
Right now you see that big offensive line finally starting to move people and sustain blocks a little longer, allowing Asiata to pick and choose to fight for yardage. If I'm Minnesota, I don't snap the ball here. There's 23 seconds or 20 seconds on the play clock. You probably snap it within 5 seconds before it runs out, just to use every second. Sean just took a quick peek up at the clock.
There's that offensive line you're talking about. 2 big free agent signings, and Berger the center once again. Asiata knocked back. With 4 minutes remaining, Al Woods, the nose tackle, in on the play. Tennessee Titans won their last 3 opening games, but all of them have been on the road. So this is the first time in 4 years they're at home and they find themselves trailing by 12.
Well, I think they're a good football team. I think defensively they're sound and they'll continue to grow. A lot of self-inflicted wounds on offense, and they'll work that out. For Minnesota, I think the problem is, and it's going to be until they address it or change it, is that they have a hard time scoring touchdowns in the red zone. 0 touchdowns out of the red zone.
And here is Diggs on the handoff, and he'll lose a couple of yards. That was Denara Cersei, 1-yard loss on the play. Bring up 4th down.
Smart veteran play by the second-year player Diggs of not heading for that sideline, slowing down and making sure he gets tackled inbounds to keep the clock moving.
So Blair Walsh will come on. He is 3 for 5 this afternoon. And what's really helped the Vikings in the second half was the 61-yard kickoff return by Patterson that set the tone.
Great point, Dick.
And they've gone from there. And a timeout called by the Vikings. Their first timeout of the second half. So they were trailing 10-0 at intermission. And what happened in the second half is that after Patterson gave him field position, a couple of field goals, 2 defensive touchdowns, and playing a lot more aggressive. This will be a 30-yard attempt for Walsh, who's connected from 50, 45, and 33 yards. And the kick is good. Blair Walsh struggled early, has come on lately. And now the Vikings have extended their lead to 25-10. College football coverage continues Saturday when Iowa State takes on 15th ranked TCU at noon Eastern on FS1. And then on Fox, number 4 Ohio State faces 14th ranked Oklahoma in a showdown at 7 p.m. Eastern. So basically what we're seeing here is that the Minnesota Vikings, a playoff team last year with high hopes, even though they lost Bridgewater for the year, these teams find a way to win.
Well, and they do. And remember, Bridgewater last year statistically didn't light it up. He had 14 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. So whoever is the quarterback, they know how this team is built. They're built to run the football, possess the football, and also play great defense. And exactly the formula they use today to win this ball game, or close to winning.
I want to know if you're enjoying your first game on Fox.
I'm enjoying being with a Hall of Fame broadcaster. Yeah, Fox has been great. I love the NFL, and it's awesome. I'm excited to be here.
They love you too.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. So check the mail this week.
Yes.
In the end zone, Mariani will run this one out, and Mariani carries it out to the 25. Carissa Thompson has a game break for us. Let's pick it up.
Thanks again. Coming up after your guys' game, most of you will see America's Game of the Week entering his 13th season. Eli Manning taking on the 4th rounder out of Mississippi State, who had an impressive preseason, Dak Prescott. That's all coming up right after your guys' game. And Chris, welcome to our dysfunctional family.
Well, thanks, Melissa. And Dak Prescott, it's nice to have Ezekiel Elliott, who's making his debut, which all anticipation is going to be a good running back, and have Des Bryant back there for you.
First down, Mariota completes the pass, and a first down to Delaney Walker, who's been relatively quiet today.
They've done a good job of playing him, and you have good athletes. And the matchup they've been using is either Anthony Barr is trying to jam him or disrupt him at the line of scrimmage, along with number 22, Harrison Smith.
Well, here's that tempo, down by 15 in the waning moments of the game, and this pass is out of bounds, intended for Andre Johnson. 2:04 remaining.
So Terrence Newman's on coverage. He got up limping a little bit and grabbing his leg. So if you got a guy in a press box and say, hey, you might want to go after Terrence Newman again, just you have to take shots and you have to look for edges, because he was grabbing his leg. Now, I'm not saying that it's anything serious, but that's something that I would do as an assistant coach. Newman grabbed his leg. Go at him again.
14-year veteran, 37 years of age, second down and 10. Mariota looking up the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. So we'll have our 2-minute warning. Well, former Vikings coach Dennis Green passed away on July 22nd. Coach Vikings for many years, made the playoffs 8 times, coached the Cardinals for 3 years, 67 years old, contributed so much to the game of football.
He's a great competitor, and a testament to him is what his former players feel about him. Awesome. Great man.
On Fox is sponsored by Subway Restaurants.
So the 2-minute warning with 1:58 on the clock. The Titans have a 3rd down and 10 on their 36-yard line. Pass up the middle, and it's caught by Delaney Walker, and Walker getting a few yards after that gets inside the 40 before Harrison Smith comes in and makes the tackle, picking up 26 yards. And the Titans call a timeout. That is their first timeout of the second half. It was 10-0 at the half, and the Titans were looking very good aggressively. They were stopping the run. Penalties hurt the Vikings, but then in the second half, all that turned around, and the Minnesota defense took hold.
Well, again, when you lose your starting quarterback, like Minnesota did, you have to rely on your defense, and it's been a tale of two halves for Marcus. Even going back to last year, 10 interceptions, 6 fumbles. Well, he had an interception today and a fumble, and that's one thing that he's really trying to improve on, and he will, because he'll continue to work on it, is the ball security and protecting the football, not turning it over.
Titans with 3 second-half turnovers, leading to 13 of those 25 points for the Vikings. First down, Mariota. And he completes the pass to Andre Johnson. And Johnson is about 1.5 yards shy of the first down. Nearly 1.5 minutes to go now. Mariota, 22 of 37 on the day for 255 yards, 1 touchdown pass, and then 1 pick. And that one really hurt. And another interception, this one by Harrison Smith. Harrison Smith holding that ball way out there, and a flag goes down. Back on the 35-yard line.
It's coming back, Dick. They're going to get Everson Griffin right here with a hit on Mariota.
So, personal foul coming up.
Personal foul, rubbing the passer, number 97, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
And there's Griffin. As we watch the play unfold, he's going to do a little stutter step here on Taylor Lewan and split the double team with the spin.
Yep.
And you know, that's just discipline. You know they're going to do that. You have to adjust the game. You also have to know who's calling the game. Are they more apt to do that? But if there's an emphasis on protecting the quarterback and keep your hands off him, especially if the ball has been delivered 3 seconds earlier than that.
And, you know, I underscore who's calling the game, knowing that.
Just, yeah, you know, you got to know. Like teams have scouting reports. Teams have scouting reports on everybody.
Mariota for the first down, and the pass is caught. So instead of the Vikings getting the ball in Tennessee territory, now the Titans are threatening as they get inside the 10-yard line, as Rashard Matthews with the reception picking up 9 yards. Second down and 1. And the slant caught by Sharp. And the first down for Tennessee. It'll be 1st and goal just inside the 5-yard line.
Possession game. You got to hurry up and put it in pretty soon. Time's ticking. You got your onside kick after if you score.
You almost have to score on, well, I was going to say this play, but certainly the next one, right?
Yeah, and if you do, I think what you do is you go to 7, kick the extra point, then on the onside kick, if you get it, Hail Mary, then you go for the 2 to tie it.
Well, coming up, it's the State Farm Game Break Show with Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. They'll be along with scores and highlights of all of today's actions. And then after that, America's Game of the Week. As the Cowboys, most of you will see the Cowboys and the Giants. How will Dak Prescott do? Eli Manning, the Iron Man for the Giants. 2nd and goal. Mariota's pass is caught for the touchdown to DeMarco Murray, his 2nd touchdown grab of the game. 4 yards out, and so with 28 seconds to go, I agree with you. Get the 7, put that in the books, and then get the onside kick. But they're going for 2.
And you have a really good feeling about your 2-point play. But a good tough catch by DeMarco Murray coming across the middle, taking a shot. It's reliable.
A little less acrobatic than his first touchdown grab, but DeMarco Murray, who's had his problems with taking care of the football with Mariota. 2-point attempt coming up here to try to cut it to 7. Here is Mariota, and his pass is incomplete. Trying to get it to DeMarco Murray, it looked like, and pressure that time by Anthony Barr. So the score remains 25-16. And it looks like that will be it. Coming up next, it's America's Game of the Week. Eli Manning leads the Giants against the Cowboys, or the Lions take on Andrew Luck and the Colts. The action continues next right here on Fox. So the advantage of getting the 1 is that the onside kick keeps you alive.
Exactly. And the only reason I think you do go for it if you have something that you play percentages, 80% chance that this is going to work. But unfortunately for Tennessee, Minnesota had 3 guys on DeMarco Murray on the little boot pass that they had planned. And that was actually kind of similar to the one Eric Kendricks picked off with DeMarco Murray slipping out into the flat.
But it does make the onside kick situation moot. As far as recovering it, down by 9, Suckup going to be trying the onside kick, but maybe too high a mountain to climb.
Yeah,
for 28 seconds. And Kyle Rudolph covers up at midfield with 26 seconds to go. So Minnesota Vikings finding a way to win today when they were outplayed in the first half, down 10-0. And mistakes on Tennessee's part, but alert play by the Viking defense. And Sean Hill, who got the nod this week, the backup quarterback who Norv Turner had so much confidence in him, delivered pretty good numbers, as it were, and maybe in capital letters, no turnovers.
No turnovers was the big point, and managed the game well, and he made some key throws when he needed to make one, especially on a 3rd and 20 to Adam Thielen, who made a great catch to keep a drive alive.
Tennessee will play at Detroit next week, and the Vikings have that glorious home opener against the Green Bay Packers and go in 1-0. Final score will be the Vikings 25 and the Titans 16. So for Chris Spielman and Christina Pink, this is Dick Stockton saying so long from Nashville as Minnesota